Hey everyone, so I got this computer about a week ago.
It's called investment. I drop it.
It's a 2013 iMac, top of the line, like the best one you could buy in 2013. And it is August 2020, and I just wanted to talk about like why I got it, what I do, why it serves my needs, and yeah, so let's get into it. The first thing I'm going to go over is what I do, what my needs are from a computer, what my business is, things like that. Then I'm going to talk about just my general experience buying a used computer and like old hardware, like 2013 hardware in 2020. Just the general things I encountered with that, how I solved them, how it's playing out moving forward, if it was easy, if it was difficult, if it's worth it. Then I'm going to talk about what in practice it has looked like working with this computer, how it fit into my process, like the tasks I do on the computer, and then just general what about my life and workflow and process and stuff has improved with like having an upgraded computer that's better at stuff, but also with just having a second computer in addition to my laptop, my MacBook as well. Also at some point I'll talk about why I got an iMac instead of just spending the same amount of money on like a PC as well. So I am a freelance YouTube video editor. I've been doing that full time for about 2 months now. I've got actually a couple of like monthly habit review videos that I've done in the past if you want to see what my like exact income has been the last few months as well. I break down that exactly. So this computer was a significant business investment for me. I wanted to have like a dedicated workstation. I can kind of tend to bring my laptop around anywhere, and in idea you think it's going to be productive, but it's not really. But this like helps me get into work mode. Obviously the specs of it are better and faster at video editing, which I was looking to improve on. It's a top of the line iMac from 2013. Let's hop in the specs. Zoom transition. We have a 3.5 gigahertz quad core Intel i7 processor, 32 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, NVIDIA GeForce 780, 4 gigabyte video RAM, 27 inches. Yeah, a lot of these things are not current. Like there's a better version of pretty much everything about this computer now, but it was the best you could get in 2013. It probably cost, dude, like a top of the line iMac literally costs like $5,000 right now. I paid $920 for this on eBay, and then it was like $100 to ship. So, or like 90 something. I ended up paying around $1,000 for the computer. I was happy with it. I thought it was a good deal. I've seen completed sales of the same computer go for like $1,600, $1,700. I know maybe in person I could have hassled down. I've seen other people get the same computer for cheaper, but yeah, I'm happy with it. It happened already, so whatever. So like how I in practice use 2013 tech in 2020, I think the main things that differ between this computer and the ones that they sell now are the port. There's no like USB-C ports on this, and the monitor isn't like Retina 5K or whatever it is now. It's just like 2560 by 1440, which I don't think is even 4K. But yeah, dude, in practice, it's a big ass screen that looks really good. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't have here sitting next to me a 5K monitor that I can compare it to, but it looks great. You know, I don't know what, like it's fine, it's good. Functions as large computer screen, you know. One pro about it not having any USB-C cables is that I don't need to use like dongles and stuff anymore. This thing is no longer a part of my workflow anymore, which is great. There's an SD card slot on the back of the computer, which is cool. And what I did have to do, because I still have all my USB-C hard drives, I just got this like $9 cable that's USB on one end and USB-C on the other. So I just got a couple of those, and I can still use all the same hard drives that I used with my MacBook. One thing that was a pain in the ass, and I think this is just par for the course with buying a used computer, it came factory reset, but there were like user files and stuff that were still all set up from the previous owner. I had to re-download like the Mac Catalina operating system, which was just kind of, I don't know, I'd never done that before. It was weird. You have to like go into the App Store and then sign in with like linking all my Apple accounts and everything back up, and making sure every username and all the different folders that it creates with that username are the correct ones. Like, because it didn't have like my name on everything from the beginning, I had to reorganize some stuff, which was just a bit of a pain in the ass. But I don't know, maybe I took that a bit more meticulously and seriously than I had to, but I spent a lot of time the first day like making sure all of the stuff was named correctly and the file directories were like just not what the previous owner had them as. You know, for some reason when it was factory reset by him, some of that stuff was still there. So maybe he just cleared the hard drive and didn't actually do a full factory reset. I don't know, but like in general, just some of the stuff being unknown, you know, with buying a computer used, it didn't just come up like it was the first time it ever turned on. You know, it's a computer that's from 7 years ago, so there was just that general stuff that I had to take care of on the first few days with it. So in practice, like, how does this actually function in my life? Specs aside, like all the shit inside the computer that I can't see, that I don't know what it means. You know, I don't know what half the specs mean, but I do use the computer and can tell the difference between this and the MacBook that I used to use for most of my editing. And in practice, I edit videos for YouTubers and upload YouTube videos myself, and I just basically use 1080p files exclusively just because it is easier to work with. Like, there's no hiccups or jitters or rendering or loading or anything with any 1080p files on this thing. It blazes right through them. I can scrub the timeline back and forth, cut stuff, load stuff pretty much instantly. On Premiere Pro, everything is like as responsive as you would want it with 1080p files. I haven't really edited 4K files with it yet, so basically, yeah, it slices through 1080p video like crazy. It's good. It's fine for that. Another thing that it can do is while I'm rendering a video, I can still use other windows and do other things on the computer, so I can multitask. Like exporting and rendering pretty much would lock up my old MacBook. I wasn't able to really do anything. Like, YouTube videos would stutter, stuff would be super slow to load, but I can do anything while videos are rendering on this computer, which takes away some big like downtime in the whole video making process, which is really helpful. Yeah, so multitasking, like time that was usually just lost, I can now like do the next step in making a video while the exporting is happening, so that's cool. Just general improvements that I like about this, having a desktop station, like I was saying, is really helpful. I basically don't, or like I try not to like fuck off and watch YouTube videos and procrastinate while I'm sitting on this computer. It's been helpful for my brain to be like, while I'm sitting in this chair, I'm working on this computer, or I'm like writing in my notebook or journal or something. Basically, like leisure and recreational media consumption is done on my laptop, like somewhere else in my house, like on my bed, downstairs on the counter or something, like not here where work is done. This is like the shrine of work and the process, and we're locked into that mode on the brain when I'm sitting here, you know. I've been wanting just like a second computer in general that has editing capabilities because, so I live at home with my family. I moved back here like about a year ago to pay off my student loans and stuff, and my younger siblings want to like get into video editing too. They've seen me like, you know, uploading YouTube videos the last 3 years and how I've kind of, you know, made a fully self-employed career out of it, which is cool, and they want to do stuff like that, like too, you know, they consume YouTube videos, they want to make videos, they've seen me do it, and something I can help them do, you know, so it's cool to have like a computer for them, my old laptop, to do that. I'm happy to like let them teach them stuff, you know, which is really cool. Also, if they get good enough at editing and I get enough clients, I can pay them to do work for me, so it could help the business, a little child labor, family business is what it will be. Having the big screen is cool. Being able to multitask, like the Premiere workspace just kind of takes up a lot of space, and having a lot more space for the timeline for viewing the video, while also having, you know, like my script document from a client open on the side. I can see Premiere, I can see the script all at the same time. I don't have to tab between windows, so that's helped with the workflow a lot. Taking some minor hiccups out of the process because of the size of the screen has been really helpful too. Also, this isn't the most productive part of it, but I'm able to have like a basketball game playing on my laptop silently while I do the editing work. So one of the main things I make videos about is the NBA and basketball cards and basketball in general, so it's not quite completely leisure. Sounds dumb to say it's like part of work, but I would like to be informed on like daily things that are happening in the NBA because of how involved in my YouTube channel it is. So I watch basketball a lot, and being able to do that while having the full editing setup has been something I can do with this now also, which is cool. And I guess I'll just address like why spend $1,000 on a Mac that's old versus like just building a PC. And it's pretty simple reasons, like reasons that I think are worth it. Like the minimalist in me really values this being like one piece and all in one with one cable that comes out of the back of it. You unplug it and you can pick it up and move it. I've had a PC, like a big rig editing PC before with I had 3 monitors, and there are so many cables and adapters and wires and organization that needs to happen with that is such a pain in the butt. But this computer literally just has one cable coming out the back of it. Here's the keyboard, it's wireless. Here's the trackpad, I have a wireless mouse too, and that's it. Like those are it has 4 pieces and 1 wire in the back that I have to plug in. And I don't, but I could just turn it off, unplug it, bring this somewhere else in the house and set up there. And that's really important to me, the minimalismness of it. In 10 minutes I could pack this up, put it in my car, and like bring my whole editing rig on a road trip. If I was to post up at somebody else's house or something and travel with this setup, I could pretty easily. It doesn't take up much space, and there's no annoying cables. And speaking of annoying cables, I already have an iPhone, a MacBook, and AirDrop is so important. It's so easy. Like, remember I was talking about how annoying it was to like set up all the accounts and change everything over, and a lot of the like files that I would use to edit that were just on my old computer, I just literally click 2 buttons and like magic they appear on this computer. I don't need to find the right cable to get it from this hard drive to that computer. Like if it was on that computer and I need it on this computer, I just AirDrop it any file and it works flawlessly. Call me stupid for not being able to figure out how to do that on a PC, but it's harder than it. There's also an SD card slot. I kind of talked about this with the dongle part, but there's an SD card slot like in this computer. That's not like a Mac thing, but I like that about it as well. One thing to plug in, cable, travel easier. I think that's it. If you have any questions about it, I answer all my comments, all my DMs. Hit me up on Instagram, put a comment in here. I made this as part of my Moving to California series, which is where I just make a video every week until I make that happen. This computer, this step in my business was a big step in this process, I think. The dream is have all of my student loans paid off and have my income coming fully 100% from the internet, and 50% of that equation is complete. So at the beginning of this year, if you told me I would be as far along that path as I am, I probably wouldn't have believed you. So that's been really cool. I appreciate being able to share all of this with an interested, engaged YouTube audience. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. We'll see you in the next video. Keep thriving.